So I want to respond to the outcome of the impeachment of Trump, and I just want to highlight that Ted Cruz, folks like Rand Paul, folks like I believe Mike Lee, I think Lindsey Graham, and others met with Trump's defense team as the trial was going on. So here's my thing. Elected leaders of their own volition volunteer to run for office, and when they win office, they pledge an oath to the Constitution. Regular people like you and me, we don't pledge oaths to the Constitution. We don't pledge to defend it or to preserve it or to protect it. We don't. We're regular people. We're teachers, actors, mechanics, school teachers, you know what I'm saying? Barbers, hairdressers, regular folks, regular people. We do not volunteer to aid, to offer our skills and our services to government, and so much so that we're willing to pledge an oath to defend, preserve, protect the Constitution. What Ted Cruz and others did was unconstitutional. On one hand, it's unconstitutional because what are you doing? How is that impartial? You pledge an oath in the Senate to be impartial, but you're not being impartial if you're working with the defense. And then there's no one to censor them or to tell them that that was wrong. You can't do that. You have Mitch McConnell say, basically, Donald Trump is the reason why January 6th happened, but, you know, I can't vote to convict a private citizen, even though the Senate ruled it constitutional to do so. So he's picking and choosing what Senate rules he wants to follow. You pledge an oath. You volunteered to do this job. This is your job. In the first impeachment trial, folks like, I think it was Chuck Grassley and others are basically making, no, it wasn't Chuck Grassley. It was it Lamar Alexander? It was some Republican in the Senate. We're basically saying, you know, we don't want to make this decision. Let the voters decide. Let the voters decide in November what they want to do. The voters are not given the authority to try all impeachments. You, the Senate, have that authority, not the election box. Again, back to Mitch McConnell, who told a sitting United States president that he doesn't have the constitutional right to nominate a Supreme Court justice because it's an election year. Even though if you go to that particular clause in the Constitution, I don't see election year. The president of the United States has the power, the authority to nominate Supreme Court justices. That is the only office that can nominate Supreme Court justices, the president of the United States. And some leader in the Senate said to a sitting president, you don't have that right in an election year. And then flipped it when Trump is president and it's an election year. And then Amy Coney Barrett gets in there. I'm painting a picture that these people in the Senate are completely cynical of all the things that we hold dear in America. They run for office. We don't. They run for office because they believe these things so passionately, they're willing to make an oath. They're willing to give an oath. These people, they've become cynical. See, I'm married, and I gave a vow too. And those inside the vow is very, very smart. The people who made these vows, the traditional vows that people give, understood what commitment meant. I'm not just going to love you for richer. I'm going to love you for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health, for better or for worse. So what you end up with is a bunch of senators in the Senate who are cynical. They're cynical of American values and the American Constitution. They spit in the face of it. And when it's easy for them to obey a Senate rule or to obey the Constitution, they'll do it because it's easy to keep the oath. If it's about gun reform, they keep the oath. If it's about any other issue that Republicans care about, they're going to keep the oath because it's easy to keep the oath then. It's easy to keep the oath of a U.S. president can nominate a Supreme Court justice when it's Donald Trump, but not when it's Barack Obama. It was hard, incredibly hard, for Senate Republicans to convict and disqualify Donald Trump from holding office again. And so their oaths don't hold up. They cheat. They cheat on the Constitution, and they cheat on the Constitution with their party or with their reelection. They cheat. Infidelity. When a man has made a vow to his wife, I'm not going to cheat on you, forsaking all others. That's easy to do if you're on an island all by yourself. But if you're constantly having women fawn all over you, or whatever you're attracted to fawn all over you, it's harder to keep the oath. And when it's harder to keep the oath, you get to it reveals where your commitment is. See, these senators have no commitment. They're not forsaking all others. They choose themselves. They choose their reelection campaigns. They choose Trump. They do not choose the Constitution. This is the thing about the Senate. Senate is a Greek word that means old man. The idea of the Senate is that these are the older, wiser men, originally, right? Older, wiser men looking to the future. They're not the young upstarts in the House of Representatives who have, individual little districts here and there. These people represent full states. They have longer term obligations, 6 years as opposed to 2. These are older, wiser people thinking about the future. So when senators complained in the first impeachment trial that, the impeachment was partisan. I don't think it's fair that it was partisan. So we're just going to vote to acquit. No, sorry. The Constitution does not give the House of Representatives a mandate to have an oath. They have the power to call impeachments. It's their exclusive right. If they want to be partisan, they can be partisan. When it comes to the Senate, though, the older, wiser people, they have to have an oath. They have to swear an oath of impartiality. Because the idea of the Senate was that they're more mature. But these people in the Senate today are not mature people. They're children. They're children. They're children. They're selfish. They spit in the face of the Constitution. They despise American values. despise them. They should be expelled. You do not get to be unconstitutional, the highest law in the land, and keep your job. Any other job that violated the core principles of that job, it would not stand. But because in DC, everybody's dirty, everybody got a little dirt on them, nobody holds no one accountable. So Ted Cruz is going to get away with it. He swears an oath of impartiality. I'll work with the defense. Who cares? Who cares? Because nothing matters to these people. They spit in the face of the Constitution, and there's no one holding them accountable. And I'm not talking about election box. I'm talking about in the Senate, in Congress. There needs to be repercussions to breaking your oath to the Constitution. Just like in regular life, if I break my oath to my wife, divorce is imminent. These Senate Republicans, they need to be divorced. They have chosen party over country. They've chosen a re-election over country. They've chosen Trump over country. That is unconstitutional. If we continue to not punish that bad behavior, the Constitution is meaningless. We might as well say to the framers who said the Senate is supposed to be the older, wiser people looking to the future. Let's just erase the Constitution. Get rid of the Constitution. If nothing's going to matter, and it's just whoever wants to be reelected, do whatever you can to be reelected. If that's the country we're going to go towards, then that's absolute pandemonium. That's absolute tyranny. They should be expelled from Congress. They should be expelled. Not censored, not censured, expelled. You do not get to volunteer to run for office, pledge an oath, and then break the oath. You destroy the bedrock of civilization in America if you continue to do that. If you pick and choose when the Constitution means something to you, you destroy America. They should be expelled. On a lighter note, if you're listening to this and you want to run for office, run for office. Change the world. Change this country. Be the change you want to see. Run for office. Because these people do not care about our Constitution. They wipe their mouths with it as they drool about their re-election campaigns. That's what they do. They used Donald Trump's impeachment trial as a wedge to keep his excited base because these politicians are dull and boring and they have nothing to offer or nothing to bring, no entertainment value. But Donald Trump has that in spades. He can entertain a crowd like none of them can. So they want to ride Trump's coattails to their re-elections. They despise the Constitution. So if you want to run for office, run for office. Get these people out. They do not deserve to be there. They need to be expelled. Thanks for listening.